welcome back to Buds Brunch. I'm Jess.
I'm Jonas.
And today we're obviously going to be talking about the Leafs, but we're going to be making a blood orange olive oil pancakes with a special pomegranate coulis sauce and then bacon maple hash.
Getting our vitamin C.
Right? Just a little bit refreshing.
Yes,
it's a little bit healthier than, like, say, beer.
Absolutely.
So I've already got this skillet back here warming up. So you're going to start with our maple bacon apple hash. So if you can just toss the onions and the bacon. Beautiful. So you did a little bit of skating and things like that over the holidays as well down at Kew Gardens?
Yeah. I actually had quite the adventurous Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve even.
So I walked over there to get a peek, do some scouting.
All right.
And who was there but the guy that scored the overtime winner against Detroit? Kasperi Kapanen.
Come on.
So we're pretty much
out of here.
We're best friends
You're
now.
obviously best friends. How
Yeah.
is he? Nice guy?
Nice guy. He wished me a Merry Christmas.
Come on.
The Maple Leafs might have to open another bank account to keep him.
Well, like they're not already going to have to do that, Jonas. So I just diced up some potato really small for our hash here. Yeah, Kapanen continues to impress me on pretty much a nightly basis. I mean, the speed, he's making plays like we keep saying, he's playing a lot more like Zach Hyman. But the great thing about that is we need another guy like Zach Hyman who wouldn't want to have multiple guys on their team like him, a guy who goes into the corners, who back checks, who forechecks, who you can always count on to be there if there is even a questionable puck battle. But Kasperi Kapanen has the skill that Zach Hyman just doesn't. Like, he doesn't have that gift. Don't get me wrong. I love the guy. I have absolutely nothing bad to say about him. But Kasperi Kapanen is a more skilled player.
Kapanen, he can play on any line in your roster. He can play up and down the lineup. He can kill penalties. He can be on the power play. He hits. He probably won't ever fight, which is fine because no. Did you want to keep talking about Zach Hyman, or?
I always want to talk about Zach Hyman.
So he had quite the month of December.
Yeah, for sure.
Start with the suspension for the hit on Charlie McAvoy.
He's not even a repeat offender.
Yeah, he got a 10-minute misconduct. If they gave him a fine, I think that should have been good for a first offense.
I completely agree. And he's not that kind of player. He's never been dirty. There's never even been a questionable moment with that guy. Okay, so Jonas, you're mixing that up, and now for the next step for the hash, you're actually going to be putting those potatoes into the pan as well to get them all nice and bacony and oniony. Toss those suckers up, get a little bit of bacon on them. And in the meantime, our butter over here is getting going for our sauce. Okay, butter and some pomegranate seeds that we're going to toss in here. I think it's time to start talking about some New Year's resolutions.
Don't we all need some?
I have some. I'm sure you have some.
Well, the Maple Leafs need some New Year's resolutions, right?
I agree. I think they do need a few. What do you think is like the most pressing matter at this point that we need to get something done starting tonight against Columbus?
So it is hard to say. Most obvious for the Leafs is
defense.
You know, Morgan Riley seems like he's the only player that's consistent day in, day out. Zaitsev has been awful. Him and Gardner are not working out. They're obsessed with doing that long stretch pass.
I know, and
I would like to see less of that. I mean, you have guys like Nylander, Marner, Matthews, guys that can skate the puck up the ice by themselves if they want to.
Yeah.
So why risk giving it away every time? They do need another top 4 defenseman, I believe, if they want to contend for the cup.
I agree.
If you want to get into the deeper rounds, you got to be tougher, you got to be smarter. So that's an upgrade.
Who do you let go? Who do you trade away to get that top 4 D-man that you need?
Probably a player that most fans want to keep around, like Andreas Janssen. I don't want to say Kapanen because he's my best friend now.
Okay, so I'm going to need your help here for a moment. I remember last episode, I think you did a little bit of icing sugar dusting.
Oh, I did some dusting.
Which I think that was a new thing for you. I don't think you'd ever done that before. So this might be another new one, so try not to hurt yourself. This is a zester.
Okay.
And you're going to zest that orange into this skillet here with the pomegranate and the butter.
Okay, wish me luck.
Okay, so good luck, Jonas. And in the meantime, we'll talk about maybe a couple other New Year's resolutions that I think the Leafs also need to address. No one on that team is wearing a C yet. So I think that is something that they're thinking about.
I think it's
Jonas,
just...
what is this?
You told me to zest
The
it.
whole thing.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
I want to talk hockey. I don't want to be zesty.
Fine, do half of it.
Okay.
Do half of it. And in the meantime, I'll add a little bit of our sparkling wine as well. Sauce it up a little bit. So, I mean, I personally think that John Tavares should be the captain. There's a lot of reasons I think that, on and off the ice. He's an amazing player. He never takes a day off. And that is Babcock saying that, you know, not just me stating my opinion. Babcock knows he's a man. He never takes a day off. He works really, really hard.
I agree with you, Jessica. I think he's a 8-year pro in the National Hockey League. He's been a captain before in the league. He's been an assistant captain with the World Juniors team. I think just going forward in the new year, unless they have plans to make Matthews the captain in the near future, I would give Tavares the captaincy for the remainder of his contract, and by that time Matthews will be
seasoned
at the ripe age of 26.
Yeah.
And there you go. I think that's the best plan going forward. You have
Yeah.
a veteran.
And it's not just how he plays on the ice. I mean, we are not in the locker room. I'm also waste not, so if you're going to zest an orange, you use the juice as well. So you want to squeeze one of those in there, and I'll squeeze the other one. Juicy. The way that he speaks to the media is another reason why I feel that he is the captain. I think whether he wears the C or not, he is the leader of that team.
I agree. Even though he's been here for 4 months,
yeah,
I think you can see it on and off the ice.
Well, I'll use the example of the Tampa Bay Lightning game where they had 49 shots on goal against Andrei Vasilevsky. They couldn't score against him. They hit, how many? 4 posts, I think it was?
Yep.
So after that game, surprisingly for me, Babcock kind of comes on and says, you know, it was a tough game to play, and we couldn't beat the goalie and this and that. But then, on the contrary, John Tavares comes on and says, no, there's no excuse. We should have won that game. He is of the mentality, if you can't beat the goalie, you have to find another way to win.
Yep.
And that is what a leader does. He doesn't let his team off the hook, and he lets them know that they're accountable for, I don't care how you lose, but you're accountable for it.
I agree. Well, it is true, a game they probably should have won.
Again, I think he should be captain, but you can't give him that C until Marner and Matthews are both signed. Because if that offends someone, not that I'm saying that Matthews is that sensitive, but if it does, it could cost him signing.
Well, that too, but what about a guy like Morgan Riley, who's been with the organization for...
Great point.
6 years now, I believe.
That's a really good point.
And he's just as worthy as being a captain as well, so...
There's a lot of leadership on this team.
It's good to have options.
Pomegranate syrup into the sauce.
Should stir this around.
Stir that bad boy up. Yeah, the amount of leadership that is actually on that team, it's no wonder that they would have a difficult time naming a captain. Oh yeah, that looks just beautiful. I mean, actually, well, speaking of captaincies, even Austin Matthews, he was recently named captain, was he not?
That's right.
But just not of the Leafs. But that surprises me a lot, that they would name such a young player captain for an All-Star team.
And he was hurt for about a month, so...
And didn't lose a single step. So, speaking of losing a few steps, there's another New Year's resolution that the Leafs need to address, or maybe one Leaf in particular, if you know who I mean.
Bill. Mr. Nylander.
Are you gonna put up some goals? Some points?
Maybe
anything?
Worry less about your hair? Or
yeah, he doesn't need to worry about that flow. That thing grows itself for sure. But, I mean, the Leafs need him. They need him to put up points. They need him to make plays. They need him to be William Nylander. But he needs to find whatever he's missing.
Maybe it's time he goes up to the line with Matthews. Well, I think that's the only choice. I mean, that's why he is the player he is and why he's put up points all those last couple of years. Matthews gets people the puck, and Nylander has been that guy the last 2 years. So
yeah, let's start doing the pancake batter. So this is our dry mix sort of standard flour, baking soda, baking powder, sugar. If you can just mix that for me while I add my little secret blend of spices here.
Okay.
And in the meantime, I'm gonna crack an egg into this bowl. We're gonna add some buttermilk and of course our secret ingredient for today, this blood orange olive oil. Okay, so I cracked an egg in here and then I'm actually gonna whisk that up a little bit. And then I'm gonna add some buttermilk and again, our olive oil. So I'm gonna add the wet ingredient to the dry here as well. So there's a person on the team who I don't think even remotely needs a New Year's resolution.
Who might that be?
I think Freddie Anderson needs to just keep it cool, like keep it going.
He's perfect. Just keep doing you.
Yeah, you keep doing you until the rest of the team figures out what they're doing in front of you. Because as much as I wish that Freddie did not have to stop 40 shots a night, he does.
He can do it in his sleep.
So. Yeah, so you just keep doing you, and we'll just keep loving you. We're gonna start pouring the pancakes into the skillet because it's nicely heated up, and I poured some olive oil in there as well. Yes, that's perfect. A tiny whisper of time. You hear it whispering?
I heard it whisper.
These look lovely.
Perfectly golden brown.
Yeah. Pancakes are one of those things that you can't rush. Just like the French toast from last week. It's care. Respect the food.
Should I toss the apples in? Chef?
Absolutely. They are ready to go in.
Oh, what do you got there?
Got a little maple syrup for that hash as well. So that's going to get drizzled in just at the end to kind of make everything a little bit sweet.
I thought you busted out a Mickey for a second.
No, but I can if you want.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, we're going to finish up flipping these pancakes. We're going to get the hash all finished, which is pretty much it. We're just going to let the apples cook down a little bit. Then we're going to add a little bit of maple syrup. And then we're going to plate. So stay tuned for that. All right, Jonas, here's a beer for you. This is from Cameron's Brewing. One of my favorites. It's from Oakville, Ontario.
Represent?
Yeah.
Who's from Oakville?
I don't know, like some guy who plays for the Leafs, I think, is from Oakville.
We were 91?
91, something like that.
Johnny T?
Cheers to Johnny T.
Cheers.
In my opinion, our future captain.
It's nice.
Oh my god, this one's so strong. I'm going to be wasted after this. So this is from Breakwall Brewing Company, 9 o'clock Whistle India Pale Ale. And it's 6%.
It's alright, you can have an afternoon nap.
Thanks, Dee. Cheers. That's a classic Wainfleet style beer, 6% or nothing, right? Oh, we have a guest visitor, it sounds like. Get over here, you little stinker. This is my nephew. He is the second most famous Austin in Toronto.
So, Austin, what do you think of the Maple Leafs this year?
I like that opinion. I like
that.
it a lot. Yeah. Austin is training to be a right-handed shooting defenseman, according to my dad. So he will be playing for the Leafs in approximately 18 years.
They will still need one in 18 years.
He does have a jersey already, he's just not wearing it, but we'll get it on his next episode. Alright, go see mommy. Oh, look at that. Look at the flexibility on this kid.
Doing yoga.
Go see mommy. Okay, we're gonna get ready to plate up our food here now, so I'll grab some plates from the cupboard, and then we're gonna eat soon.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Starving.
Alright, so these over here. Our sauce over here is looking really good as well. Okay, here is the sauce that I made up, so hopefully it's good. And then this is just a little bit of lavender honey. Looks good to me. Let's go. Oh, don't forget my beer. Don't forget your beer. Okay, let's do this. Blood orange olive oil pancakes with a maple apple bacon hash and a pomegranate orange sauce. So dig in and enjoy.
Cheers.
Cheers as usual.
Pack the bacon first.
As usual, that's normal for you. Oh my gosh. You really can taste the orange in there.
Bacon. Now I'll go for these pancakes.
Try it out.
Try not to pull a Dustin Penner and throw my back out.
Yeah, just be careful. You know, pancakes are dangerous. All right. Well, Jonas, I have a little surprise for you.
Right.
I have not given you your Christmas present yet.
What?
This is for you.
Can you open it now?
I would love if you would open it now.
Zach Hyman illustrated hockey hero book.
He wrote it. He didn't illustrate it.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. I love this.
Do you? Do you love it? We know. We love Zach Hyman. So I thought that this could be something that you could read to like your niece and nephew, and this could be like Uncle Jonas's hockey book.
That's awesome. Now I can read my little Mac and Maggie story. Sweet.
So for 2 episodes in a row, we are finishing by cheersing to the one and only Zach. Cheers, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us for our 3rd episode. Thank you for meeting my wonderful little nephew, and we'll see you for the next episode. Thanks again. Cheers, and have a great new year, because we won't see you again until 2019. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Yeah?